Imagine a contemporary oasis nestled in the heart of the American desert. Fueled by the ancient Greek word telos, meaning highest purpose, this mega project is set to achieve just that. And just like the line in the desert of Saudi Arabia, TELOSA will be a game changer in the United States housing system. It will bring a revolutionary shake-up to urban living. What sets TELOSA apart from other projects is its ambitious goal to be a blueprint for the future. With its innovative two-phased construction, this mega project will cost a total budget of $400 billion. But what will living in this futuristic city look like? Come along as we explore TELOSA, the proposed standard for urban living. Before we proceed, kindly take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more premium content. Now, let's dive in. TELOSA is a vision of a futuristic urban environment that leverages cutting-edge technology and sustainable design principles. It represents a new model for the future and, like the line, endeavors to tackle the challenges of our current world, such as overpopulation, environmental degradation, and the impacts of climate change, by creating a sustainable and equitable urban environment for all its residents. American billionaire Mark Law conceived the project after stepping down as the CEO of Walmart, the largest American retail store. Law expressed his desire to construct a city of the future based on a reformed version of capitalism, which he unveiled in a statement in September 2021. To lead the construction, Law hired Jack Ingalls, a world-renowned architect highly regarded for his expertise in structural engineering. Jack, who has previously worked on designing a smaller smart city in Japan, will bring his experience to the creation of TELOSA. By 2050, the population of cities and metropolises is projected to skyrocket by 50%. This widening disparity between the wealthy and the less fortunate is a concern that Mark Law aims to address through the TELOSA project. He envisioned a city to combat this problem and bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. The basis of TELOSA is deeply rooted in what Law called equitism. Wondering what equitism is? Equitism is an economic system where the city owns all land, and citizens are given the freedom to build homes and benefit from the growth of the city through investment in public services, transportation, education, and healthcare. Another interesting part about this project is that land ownership in the city will be based on Georgist principles espoused by political economist Henry George. Under this principle, anyone would be licensed to build, keep or sell a home, building, or any other structure. Residents would also share ownership of the land under community endowment. On top of that, the structures will be built according to the desires of their owners. In other words, the blueprint designs depend on the citizens' taste, either dazzlingly utopian or unsettling dystopian. Plenty of innovative architecture is on display, alongside futuristic visions of public transport and spaces filled with greenery and nature. Although the exact location of TELOSA has not been decided, it is planned to be built in Western America in either Arizona, Utah, or Nevada. However, it is puzzling why the developers of this project chose to locate it in the middle of the desert. It begs the question, why the desert when there are thousands of other locations in the United States? The first reason Law chose to build TELOSA in the middle of the desert is the cheap, readily available undeveloped land in Western America. Since TELOSA will be a self-sufficient city, there is no need to worry about revenue generation. The city will automatically self-sustain itself as it grows over time. However, building a city in the desert is not the smartest move. Lurking ahead are potential challenges such as high temperatures, water availability, and energy impact. For that reason, TELOSA is bound to suffer similar problems faced by Saudi Arabia's NEOM and the Line. Initially planned to be completed by 2020 and expanded by 2025, NEOM's construction is already behind schedule due to numerous unforeseen challenges. It turns out that the task of constructing on untamed desert terrain requires the provision of operating facilities for the housing of construction equipment and personnel in the challenging climate. Therefore, for the project to be successful, the harsh climate and infrastructure challenges will need to be addressed. When all the challenges are correctly tackled, the final result will set a new standard for urban living and provide a roadmap for future cities. It will seamlessly combine the best attributes of different cities around the world, including the vibrancy and diversity of New York, the efficiency, safety, and cleanliness of Tokyo, and the social services and governance model of Stockholm. Regarding the general setup, TELOSA is intended to consist of 36 15-minute cities, with every building designed to be green, and every district easily accessible within a 15-minute walk. This means that all key locations and services, such as schools, restaurants, offices, and parks, will be within a 15-minute walk. Unlike the Line, which will prioritize pedestrian-only transportation with an emphasis on mass transit, TELOSA will integrate a carefully chosen blend of transportation options, including autonomous electric vehicles. The city will employ the superblock concept in urban planning, with heavier traffic situated along the borders, while bikes and low-speed EVs take priority on inner streets. By doing so, residents will have easy access to move around the blocks while enjoying the peace and quiet of their residential areas away from noisy main roads. That's not all. There's more to come. Stick around for further details, and if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, what is it like to live in TELOSA? This is where it gets more interesting. TELOSA's public realm promises to be vibrant and active, with open space woven throughout the dense city. Lush in native planting, the city parks will also comprise a host of carefully managed water reservoirs. Training facilities, cultural institutions, and retail stores will also be integrated into the street level, providing shaded public spaces for residents to gather and connect. The city's layout and infrastructure will be designed to be sustainable, with water storage, cleaning and reuse on site, renewable energy, and autonomous vehicles. The city will harness the power of the sun and wind, with photovoltaic cells installed on each building roof and strategically placed wind turbines along the city's borders to produce more energy than it consumes, becoming a self-sufficient source of electricity. Similarly, at the heart of the city will be a massive skyscraper called Equitism Tower. The tower, at its soaring height, will be a landmark and a beacon for the city. Around the Equitism Tower will be inviting civic and lookout areas that will bring the visitors and residents together. The tower won't be there for all the attention alone. It will house the water storage system for the city, aeroponic farms, and a photovoltaic roof that will supply the city with greenery and fresh food. Meanwhile, the project's construction will be divided into two phases. The first phase aims to relocate 50,000 residents by 2030. This phase will stretch across 1,500 acres of land and is expected to cost $25 billion. On the other hand, the city's second phase will be the complete piece of TELOSA, which will be constructed over the next 40 years. The goal of TELOSA is to house 5 million people by 2050. At completion, the city will be 6 times the size of San Francisco. The project's total cost is estimated to exceed $400 billion and will be funded by private investors, philanthropists, government grants, and subsidies. Although TELOSA promises to be people-centric and self-sufficient, it will still require a massive amount of money to kickstart this multi-billion-dollar consuming project. Apparently, convincing the government and private investors to invest billions of dollars won't be a walk in the park, especially when the project's future is uncertain. In comparison, Saudi Arabia's The Line is estimated to gulp a similar cost of $500 billion. But unlike TELOSA, The Line is fully funded by the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund. So, despite TELOSA's ambitious plan and vision for the future, Mark Law and his team will face the significant challenge of securing funding for the proposed city's construction. It is over a year since the announcement of Project TELOSA, and there has been no construction work as of yet. But despite the numerous environmental and financial hurdles and delays, Mark Law and his team remain undaunted and optimistic, determined to bring their vision of the world's most sustainable and inclusive city to life by 2030. As it stands, Law and his team are working tirelessly to make Project TELOSA a reality. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. While waiting, how about you check out the next video? Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.